Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me get a mic check. Hope everybody's doing well this morning. Hope everybody had a good weekend and all that good stuff. I'm gonna pick things back up and get back in the groove of things this week. Hope everybody was able to manage last week effectively. Anybody got any pairs they want to look at before I dive in on this Aussie and this gold today? GU and gold. Okay, good deal. Let's go look at we'll look at GU first. All right, so I created another little naked template for us to take advantage of. Starting with the top-down analysis, going back to the basics. Okay, one of the basic simplest ways to identify the trend, of course, you need to find your zero candle. But aside from that, your trends start and end after a series of consecutive bullish or bearish candles. So with that being said, of course, we can easily see just in this situation here, here's a trend, here's a retrace, it's only one candle. Here's a trend, multiple candles. Here's a trend, a retrace, only one candle. Here's another a retest. You see it's only two candles, two bullish candles. Here we have three bullish candles, which is a trend, one bearish candle, which is a retrace, four more bullish candles, which is another trend, or the expansion of the previous trend. We have one bearish candle, which is a retrace, two bullish candles, which is a retest to this high point. All right, then we have a series of 1, 2, 3 bearish candles. This candle here is indecision, so it's not bullish or bearish. That's the doji right here. All right, now keeping all of that in mind, look at where we're at now here on the current monthly candle. Although the current monthly candle is bearish, if you look at the previous monthly candle, although the current monthly candle is bullish, the previous monthly candle is bearish. All right, so just fundamentally speaking, we know the market for pound USD has been in a downtrend. So you must, depending on what time frame you're on, rely on the previous candle. Okay, remember, I always push it the most. Previous candles, high and low, open and close, are going to be the most important in your real-time, up-to-date current analysis. So with that being said, if I take all these drawings that I just marked off the chart, and I look at the previous monthly candle, here's the open, here's the high, here's the low, here's the close. All right, open, high, low, close for the previous monthly candle. So with just looking at these two monthly candles here, last month being bearish, this current month being bullish, looks to me as if we just created a high of the month. All right, because we have a consecutive series of candles being bearish. All right, now using that information, going to the weekly. If we look here at the weekly, we can also see that downward movement here on from the monthly candles here. Now, if you look using the weekly data, here would be the current trend cycle, starting from here to here. All right, bearish. All right, now we have 3 bullish candles, and at the tip of this bullish candle, this candle here being the reversal signal. This doji, all right? Mind you, this doji came in right here at the top of the retrace for the monthly candle, which means this doji here likely just set the high of the month, all right? Now, if we go into the daily, looking at the daily candle here in this same doji situation that was formed last week, if we look here, we have 2 consecutive bearish candles. So with that information there, we know that this daily chart is now in a bearish momentum at the high of the month inside the doji formed by last week. All right, so back in here at the daily. Now let's go to the 4-hour. Looking here at the 4-hour, we can clearly see that now we're still getting consecutive bearish candles, with the most recent 4-hour close being bearish. So now we can only expect this current 4-hour candle to continue bearish until it closes. We have to wait for it to close to confirm if it's going to reverse or anything, because as of now, the previous 4-hour candle was bearish. So we can only expect the current to be bearish as well. If we go into the 1-hour, here with that doji that we marked up, and here is the continued bearish trend. Notice the last hour of GU was bearish, so we can only expect this current hour to be bearish as well, unless it closes bullish. If we go into the 30-minute, same thing. We're in a bearish situation. All right, now we go into this is the 30-minute, now we're going to the 15-minute bearish situation. 5-minute, bearish situation. 1 minute, bearish situation. So we know from all the way up here at the monthly time frame, we just likely set the high of the month for GU. Any questions there, Greg? And do you have any questions about how I just broke that down in a simple but organized fashion? Now, looking at potential targets, okay, bet, good deal. All right, now as far as the targets, just look at the previous areas in which the trend. Yeah, what we likely saw here on the weekly from the GU was a current bearish trend here, because we have more than 2 consecutive candles, or say more than 3 consecutive candles. Here we only have 3 consecutive candles, so this is, as of right now, just a retrace. That makes sense. In order to confirm your trend, you want to look for at least more than 3 consecutive candles. If it's not more than 3 consecutive candles, you're likely looking at a range. All right, going back over here to the Aussie USD. Actually gonna drop a trade in here. All right, so going back to the Aussie USD, let's break that down from the monthly down. All right, so here looking at the monthly, we have a series of 1, 2, 3, 4. So we know the monthly trend is down. All right, this is likely just a retrace. We can most likely see this here on the weekly. Let's go to the daily. Now, here at the daily, we have the trend. We have a daily trend, but now we all of a sudden have this bearish candle here. All right, remember, trend over. Trend over. So now let's go into the 4-hour. Here on the 4-hour, trend over here. Now we know we can easily see that this was in a range here. Now we see we've broken down into a range. But if you look at the 4-hour candle now, it's currently bearish. So let's go into the 1-hour. This formed the high of the day. Now we have bearish candles coming in. We'll likely take this all the way down here on the Aussie USD. Remember, the momentum is the same until you get a close in the opposite direction. So we'll continue bearish here on this Aussie 1-hour until we get a bullish close. If we do not get a bullish close candle, each hour from here on out is going to be bearish. Every hour is going to be bearish until we get a bullish hour close. All right, now going here to the 30-minute. Same with the 30-minute. From here, every 30-minute candle is going to be bearish until we get a bullish close. This strategy, this technique here can be used with binary options. Here on the 15-minute candle, we'll likely continue to get bearish 15-minute candles until we get another bullish 15-minute close. Going into the 5-minute. Here, we'll likely continue to get bearish 5-minute candles until we get a bullish 5-minute close. Exactly, that's the reversal pattern that you want to start looking for. You want to look for reversal patterns after you confirm the trend by 3 or more consecutive candles. So as of right here, just looking here on this Aussie USD 5-minute chart, here's the trend with these 4 consecutive bullish candles. Here's the reversal candle with this engulfing. So we got a trend with these 4 candles. We got an engulfing here. This over here is just a range. We don't have 3 or more consecutive until the breakout here. And then the breakout shut down immediately by this engulfing. All right, let's look at USD CAD. I got a trade in over here. Okay, looking here at this USD CAD, I got a couple positions in here. Let's go to the monthly. Here on the monthly, the trend is up. Just looking at the monthly, we got 4 consecutive bullish candles. Here we have the monthly as bearish, but it has not closed yet. All right, so we can still expect bullish momentum. This monthly candle has not closed. All right, going into the weekly. Here is that monthly trend that we saw up. Here's a retrace. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 candles on the retrace. But look at the candle that ended the retrace. It's a doji. That is a reversal candle. Remember, reversal candles come in after the trend is identified. The trend was identified by the 3 consecutive bearish candles. Trend over with the doji, a closed doji, not a forming doji. This is a closed confirmed doji. Then if we go in here to the daily, in that doji, we can see that this was the downtrend here on the daily, formed and confirmed by multiple consecutive bearish candles. Then all of a sudden you see right here, trend shut down by this bullish engulfing. So now we know the trend is over and trend is now up. We'll continue to see bullish day candles until we get a bearish close. Make sense? So we'll continue to get bullish candles here on the CAD. We can hold this for quite some time until we have a confirmed closed bearish candle. Make sense? Now, if we come in here to the 4-hour, same thing from that situation. Bulls. Bulls are going to be in effect until we get a daily bearish close. Here's the 1-hour. Here's the 30-minute. All right. Everybody following? All that makes sense? All right, let's go look at USD JPY. All right, I put a trade in on USD JPY this morning as well. Now let's identify and find out why I did that. All right, so if I go to the monthly, starting there at the monthly, here it's Yes, it's all plays in line with our market structure. For example, if you look here, just over here on this left-hand side on this monthly, here we have the uptrend, here we have the reversal, which formed resistance. So this right here is what created the structure. Then, of course, at that structure point, we had a downtrend. Now we're retesting that structure point with this uptrend. And it's good until we have a bearish monthly close. So as of now, this USD/JPY is very long monthly. I know we spoke on USD/JPY about a week or so ago, and we went long, but I believe we've already achieved our take profit. I know I closed my UJ long. I'm in another one now though, the one I posted out today. So we can see here that we're bullish. We're bullish until we get a bearish close here on the monthly. We go in here to the weekly, we can see bullish, bullish, bullish. Look at the current week, bullish. Although we had a bearish candle, it's only one. It's not a consecutive series, so we don't have a trend. This is just a retrace. We come in here to the daily, again, bullish, bullish. Here's the structure. We go into the 4-hour. Here's the structure that was just that I just marked up. Here it is on the 4-hour. That's the same structure that we saw here on the daily. Right here. On the 4-hour. So as you see right here at this 4-hour, we retraced. Or actually, this is actually retrace done on the daily here. And now we're back bullish. And we'll continue to be bullish until we get a close that's for the bears. All right, now looking at previous structure and target points, we can see that this is the previous high. So that is ultimately definitely a target 1. Target 2 would be here. And if we look at a higher time frame, looking here at the weekly, there are targets here. That makes sense? Good to go on that? That's USD/JPY there. Now let's go take a look at Euro. Here's my Euro. I do have a couple positions in here as well. Let's go to the monthly. Looking at the monthly here, we definitely can see that the current monthly trend is bearish. We have consecutive bearish candles. We do not have a bullish close yet. This current monthly candle is still being formed. So we can expect this to also close bearish. Here's the weekly. You see we're bearish. And here's the daily. As you see, we're bearish. This was just here a range and a drop. We go into the 4-hour. Here's that situation. We go into the 1-hour. Here's that situation continued. Now looking at this situation here, the target, the previous resistance would be, or support would be here at the bottom of this, where the trend began. So ultimately that would be a target. And we'll continue to this area until we get a 1-hour bullish close. The trend is still down. The only thing that will turn this trend around is a bullish confirmation candle. I believe that was, so that's Aussie, USD/JPY. Let's do, we'll do gold now. That's pound done. That is Euro USD. That is USD CAD. Now let's do gold. All right, here's gold. Go to the monthly first. All right, most easiest recognized trend is here. And then we have consecutive candles here. So we have a downtrend. And then this area here obviously brings in a range, so to speak. We have no identified trend in this area. All we simply have is two bullish up, one bullish back, or two bullish up, one bearish back, and now we're stuck in a range. So we know we're in a range here because there's no consecutive trend. If we go into the weekly, here's the range identified, range. The peaks of the range, peak here, peak here, peak here, peak here. So the range within the range is here. All right, notice how there's no set trend, no major breakout points. So now, although if we look here, we're in a retrace. This is the current trend down. So we're still bearish as of right now. We're just stuck in a consolidation range here on the monthly. Let's go to the weekly. We see the range inside the range. If we go into the daily, we see the range inside the range, but we can also see a daily trend. The daily trend is here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive bullish candles. All right, previous peak is here. Previous peak is there, okay? So this right here is a potential resistance area. We'll have to get to a lower time frame to fully confirm this. Let's go to the day 4 hour. Here's the 4 hour. Here's that peak, retest to the peak of the 4 hour from a couple weeks ago. And we can see that we stalled here and formed a new peak. Now let's go to the 1 hour. Here on the 1 hour, we can clearly see the trend is up. We can see that there was a bearish activity. The bears came in right here. So in this area was a potential obvious prime sell opportunity to fall back in line with this monthly here and break out of the range to the downside. That's on the hour. All right, now also we have to now keep in mind that this hour right here on this day, we know period separators, we know we're at the high of the day. We're at the high of Monday right now. So if we go into the 30-minute, this is what we're looking at. If we go into the 15, here we got the bullish, this being the peak of the trend, which is a resistance area. If we go into the 5-minute, we're looking for bearish confirmations. So now we have the uptrend here and we have a bearish candle forming. All right, let's go to the 1 minute. We have a bearish candle forming. So now we can expect that this here is the high of the day. So we follow our intraday rules, our intraday entry rules, along with our top-down analysis. This is likely one of the best positions to enter a sell today. So let's go ahead and I'm going to drop a sell here on gold. I'm going to drop a little small one, but I am in for a sell now on gold right here at 1803. I'm going to throw my stop at 1806. I'm going to throw my target down here. We can use 1882, 1776, or 1766. I'm going to use this first one here at the low of yesterday, which is going to be 1782. So I just entered a sell on gold, target 1782. Everybody following me? It's already in profit. Everybody catch that? Anybody got any questions about that gold markup that we just did? Now, when it comes to trend and structure, of course, we're looking at peaks and valleys. So let's just, aside from the analysis we've done here on the gold, okay, good deal. Looking at the trend analysis here on this gold, of course, let's go ahead and say this is a range. This is the range here. All right, let's say that's the range. All right, here's the range. Breakout being here, or the bottom of the range being here where the trend began. All right, trend began there. Here we have the upward move. All right, trend over by this candle here, this bearish candle. This is engulfing bearish candle. So we know there's the resistance. Then we got the retrace and the now bull trend back in, support. All right, now connecting those lows, here's the trend line. All right, then of course, from this situation, we bounced up and we formed another high here, where we're at now. Trend fell, hit the trend line, went back, retested that high. We got a doji and a reversal, and we should look like this. Everybody see that drawing? Go back over here and take a look at Aussie and see what's going on. Now let's look here at this 15-minute candle here on the Aussie USD. The last 15-minute candle was bearish. So ultimately, until this current 15-minute candle closes, we can still continue to look for sale opportunities, expecting this current candle to be setting a high of the hour. As far as this current 15 Aussie retrace, let's go to the 1-minute chart. And the retrace will be confirmed over once we get a bearish 1-minute candle close. If we look over here to the left here on the 1-minute chart, we got structure here, so it should appear right in this area. And we should begin to come down. So if you're not in Aussie USD, this is actually a nice little opportunity to enter right in here. Here's our bearish close. The first sign of bears entering the market here. Mind you, after this consecutive series of bullish candles, the bears are confirmed and entered right here at the bearish close. They've entered right here. I had to go back and look at the 15-minute candle real quick. 15 minutes in a range. And this is where the close of this current 15-minute candle is going to be most important. How this 15-minute candle closes. Here's the peak it's retesting here. Oh, it's right at my stop. I'm gonna bump it up just above that area. No, stop was too close. Hold on. Also, this is now an opportunity to use the Fibonacci. Swing low, swing high, target. Even if you were just scalping, scalp target, boom.